Welcome to the 10 Minutes Gold Mine, where every book gives you a treasure of knowledge in just 10 minutes. The Shadow of What Was Lost, James Islington. Introduction. The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington is a captivating high fantasy novel that combines intricate world building, magical systems, and compelling character arcs. Set in a world where magic is a powerful yet dangerous force, the story follows a young man named Davian, who must navigate a world filled with secrets, betrayal, and ancient powers. The book is the first in the Licanius Trilogy, and it sets the stage for an epic tale of discovery, danger, and personal growth. Part 1. The World of Islington. The world of The Shadow of What Was Lost is complex and filled with layers of history. The story takes place in a land once dominated by powerful beings known as the Augurs, who possessed magical abilities that allowed them to shape the world around them. However, these Augurs were overthrown in a war that decimated their kind, and now magic is forbidden. The remnants of their power linger in the form of magical schools and ancient texts, but the magic is now dangerous and unpredictable. In this world, magic is divided into several paths, and those who are capable of harnessing magic are known as gifted. However, due to the traumatic history of magic, the gifted are now treated with suspicion and fear. This societal tension sets the stage for much of the drama in the book. The world Islington creates is not just a backdrop for the plot but an integral part of the narrative itself. The political structures, historical tensions, and the magic system intertwine in ways that make the world feel alive and reactive to the characters' actions. As the characters navigate this world, they often find themselves confronting not only external threats but the deep-seated fears and biases embedded in the society itself. The way magic is feared and revered by different factions in this world provides a rich backdrop for the characters' personal growth and struggles. This tension forms the core of the novel's atmosphere and allows for plenty of action, as well as moments of introspection and philosophical depth. Part 2. The main characters and their struggles. The protagonist, Davian, is a young man with the ability to access magic, though he does not fully understand or control it. He is a student at one of the magical academies, where he is trained to harness his powers in a controlled and responsible manner. However, Davian's magical abilities are far more potent and dangerous than anyone realizes, and this sets him on a collision course with forces beyond his control. His journey is one of discovery, both of his potential and the larger world around him. Davian's internal struggle is a significant part of the novel, as he grapples with feelings of inadequacy and fear of the unknown. He often feels like an outsider, unsure whether he can live up to the expectations of those around him or even control his own destiny. This creates an emotional depth that readers can relate to, even in a fantastical setting. As Davian becomes more entangled in the political intrigue surrounding magic, his choices begin to matter in ways that will have lasting consequences for the future of the world. Davian is joined by several other key characters who play pivotal roles in his journey. Asha, a mysterious and skilled warrior, is a central figure who has her own secrets and motivations. Asha's backstory is carefully woven into the narrative, revealing her own fears and burdens as she aids Davian. There is also Weir, a friend of Davian's who is caught up in the conflict between the gifted and non-gifted. Weir's journey is one of personal growth as well, as he is forced to confront his own biases and beliefs. These characters add richness to the plot and contribute to the book's exploration of friendship, loyalty, and betrayal. Part 3. Magic and Power. One of the core elements of The Shadow of What Was Lost is its exploration of magic. In this world, magic is not just a tool or a weapon, it is a fundamental part of the world's history and structure. The gifted can channel different types of magic, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. The paths of magic are unique to each person, and learning to master one's powers is a lifelong pursuit that requires both discipline and self-awareness. However, the magic system is not without its consequences. Using magic too often can lead to dangerous side effects, and the deeper one delves into magic, the more unstable it becomes. Davian's struggle to understand and control his magic is central to the plot. As he learns more about his powers, he discovers that his abilities may be connected to an ancient prophecy and the future of the entire world. This revelation forces him to confront his fears and doubts, and ultimately make difficult choices that will have far-reaching consequences. The balance between the temptation of power and the responsibility that comes with it is a theme that resonates throughout the novel. Magic in this world is also tied to the concept of memory. The history of the augurs and their downfall has been obscured, leaving behind a fragmented view of the past. As Davian uncovers more about his powers and the history of the gifted, he begins to piece together the missing parts of the puzzle. This aspect of the story not only adds mystery but also raises questions about what is lost when the past is erased or forgotten. It speaks to the importance of memory, history, and the consequences of forgetting. Part 4. Plot Twists and Tension. The novel is filled with unexpected twists and turns that keep readers on the edge of their seats. One of the most intriguing aspects of the book is the gradual revelation of hidden truths about the past. As Davian uncovers the mysteries surrounding the augurs and the downfall of their civilization, he begins to understand the larger forces at play. These revelations not only change the way he views the world but also alter the trajectory of the plot itself. The tension in the book builds steadily as the characters are forced to confront their own weaknesses and fears. The threat of war looms large, and the balance of power in the world is constantly shifting. As alliances are formed and broken, Davian and his friends must navigate a landscape filled with both external and internal dangers. Their personal growth and the evolution of their relationships add depth to the story, making it much more than just a tale of magic and power. The plot twists not only serve to surprise readers but also highlight the complex interplay between the characters' motivations and the world around them. These twists push the story forward, forcing Davian and his companions to reconsider everything they thought they knew. As a result, the plot remains unpredictable, and readers will find themselves constantly rethinking their understanding of the characters and events. Part 5. Themes of Identity and Responsibility. At its heart, The Shadow of What Was Lost is about identity and responsibility. Davian's journey is one of self-discovery, as he learns not only about his magical abilities but also about the person he wants to be. Throughout the story, he faces difficult choices that force him to reckon with his past and his future. The themes of destiny, fate, and personal agency are explored in depth, as the characters must decide how much control they truly have over their own lives. The idea of responsibility is also central to the novel. As the characters grow and develop, they realize that their actions have consequences, both for themselves and for the world around them. This theme is particularly evident in Davian's struggle with his powers. As he learns more about his abilities, he must decide whether to use them for good or succumb to the temptation of using them for personal gain. The burden of responsibility weighs heavily on him, and this internal conflict adds emotional depth to the story. The exploration of self-identity is also a recurring theme. As Davian uncovers the secrets of his powers and his past, he begins to question who he truly is and what he is meant to do. The characters are forced to reconcile their desires with the reality of their responsibilities, and this struggle is at the heart of much of the book's drama. Readers will find themselves reflecting on their own sense of purpose and the role they play in the world. Part 6. The Ending and Setup for the Sequel. The book ends on a cliffhanger, with many questions left unanswered and the fate of the characters hanging in the balance. This conclusion serves to heighten the anticipation for the next book in the series, as readers are left eager to see how the story will unfold. The stakes are higher than ever, and the characters' futures are uncertain. Davian's journey is far from over, and the final battle between magic and those who seek to control it is just beginning. The world that James Islington has created is rich with complexity, and the characters are well developed and relatable. The book's themes resonate with readers on a personal level, and the plot keeps them hooked from beginning to end. The stage is set for an epic continuation, and readers will be left counting down the days until the next installment in the Licanius Trilogy. Conclusion. In conclusion, The Shadow of What Was Lost is a compelling and thought-provoking fantasy novel that introduces readers to a richly crafted world of magic, politics, and personal growth. The book's complex characters and intricate plot make it a must-read for fans of high fantasy. Whether you are drawn to stories about magic, self-discovery, or the consequences of power, this book has something for everyone. What do you think about the themes of magic and responsibility in the story? How do you feel about the plot twists and character development? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. That's it for today's 10 Minutes Gold Mine. If you found value in this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep mining for more golden knowledge. See you in the next one.